Hi everyone, it's day 2 of our September 2022 release, and I have another fun card to share. Hey, so I'm using Jaded Blossom Stitch hexagon dies, there's Scalloped Hexagon, there's Stitch Square dies, there's Star dies, and their Banner dies, along with the brand new Bone Chilling Treats stamp set. And I'm using Bella Boulevard's freehand graph dot 6-inch pad, along with their Halloween Magic 12-inch pad, their Trinkets and Treasures, and their treat stickers. So first of all, I've got a piece of paper tray cardstock, 4.25 by 8.5, and I'm scoring it at 2 1/8 and at 4 1/4 to give you a 4 1/4 inch square pedestal card. So there we go, and I'm going to fold the top or the front layer in half again. And I'm just using my Teflon bone folder to score that. So there we go. There. So I went ahead and I cut out a stitched square die at 4 inches, but then I cut out this paper 1/8 of an inch larger, and I cut both in half. So that way the pedestal card will bend in the right spot. So first I'll stick down, so this is paper from that Bella Boulevard freehand graph. And like I said, that's 1/8 of an inch smaller than this 4.25 inch square card, and then I cut it in half, and then I will stick it down on either side of the fold, and that way it just doesn't impede the fold. And I'm using my ATG tape basically to stick this down. So I'm just sort of leaving, you can sort of see the crack or the fold there. There we go. Now I'm going to add a strip of paper that is from the same paper line Halloween Magic from Bella Boulevard. It's an oldie. I'm just going to trim off the overhang there. I believe it was like just under 1 inch wide. And now I'm going to add the 2 halves of the 4-inch square that I cut with the stitched square die from Jaded Blossom, and then I cut it in half. And I'm just going to add that to either side of that score line again. So it just gives a little bit of buffer between the white card base and this light gray background paper. It has little cupcakes all over it, which goes perfectly with the brand new stamp from the stamp set, Bone Chilling Treats. It's adorable. It's a little cupcake. Wait, it's really cute. There we go. So that is what my pedestal card's going to do. So first of all, I cut out the hexagon die out of paper from that same Bella Boulevard Halloween Magic, and I'm going to add it to that same pattern paper, the freehand graph dot, and I'm just going to trim around it to give like a little bit of a buffer. So it's like just under 1/8 of an inch around the whole thing, because and then I'm using our Scalloped Hexagon die around it. I'm just going to pull out my ruler for you. So the inside hexagon is 3 inches in height, and then the scalloped one is just under 3.5 inches in height. So there we go. So the scalloped paper was cut out of that same paper tray ink white cardstock, and I'm just going to apply some adhesive to the bottom of that, and I'm going to line that up on the crack there. So when it folds, it'll give you a little pedestal. Fun, right? So now I'm going to add another strip of pattern paper from that same Bella Boulevard, Halloween Magic. And I'm just going to trim off the overhang again. This is a great way to use up your scraps, right? I always keep those with the projects that I'm making. Now I'm pulling a sticker off of that. I think it's called Trinkets and Treasures, or I don't know, treat stickers, I'm not sure. But I pulled off a sticker border. Normally I don't buy stickers, but I believe when I bought this set, I bought it like in a package, and it came all together. So, I thought I'll use it on the inside of the card. See, there it is there. There, it's great to use on the inside of a card. And then I'm pulling a sticker from the Trinkets and Treasures. It's a little tiny sticker sheet, and I'm just going to trim around the edge to, so it looks like it's got a nice border around it. And that is going to be what holds my card open when you want to leave it, up to display. And I'm just going to use a pair of scissors just to trim around that. There we go. So it says Goblin Treats on the inside, and I'm just going to layer a couple on that, just to give it a little bit more heft, because this is what's going to stop the card from kind of popping forward. It'll, keep it up like in an easel fashion, like an easel card, right? There we go. And I will stick that down with my art glitter glue. There we are. Just trying to figure out where to put it. And then that will keep, like I said, it'll keep my card open. See how it sort of rests along the edge. Now I went ahead and I cut out some stars. I used Jaded Blossom star dies for that bigger star, and then the banner dies for the 2 smaller stars. And I cut it out of paper from that same Bella Boulevard freehand graph, but I used the orange. And I cut it out again in white paper tray ink cardstock, and just to give it a little bit more weight, because one of them will be hanging over the edge of my little pedestal, and I want it to be firm and not floppy. So I'm just sort of layering them together, giving them all a little bit more dimension. And now I will go ahead and I will use my Stampin' Up! Dimensionals to pop these up. So this big one is going to be hanging off the upper right-hand corner of that hexagon. That's my, my easel card. There we are. I'm going to be hanging off, like sort of off the upper right-hand corner, but it stays within the card when it's shut. And then I'm going to pop 2 of them in the lower left-hand corner of my card. I've got my reverse tweezers there, and I've got my Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, holding them in place. This is kind of like a tried and true card. I make easel cards all the time. It's super easy to make, like you can see. Perfect excuse to use a lot of cute dies from Jaded Blossom. So those are my 2 little stars. So now I'm going to quickly color this cupcake that was stamped in Ink on 3's blackout ink onto Neenah Solar White cardstock, colored with Copic markers. All those will be listed on my blog. So just very simple coloring. There we are. And I did add some like firm shadows instead of blending, just for something different, right? And I chose all of the colors from the pattern paper that I chose to, create this card with. There we go. Isn't that cute? Now that's going to be popped up in the center of my card. Now I did cut that out with my Brother Scan-A-Cut because the dies did not get to me in time, but there are adorable outline dies that you can get to go with this set, and I would have done that, had I gotten them in time. So right here, I'm using the Sentiment Bone Chilling Treats. That is from that same Bone Chilling Treats stamp set. And I cut it out using our Sentiment strip dies. But remember, there are outline dies that you can use. I just didn't have them in time, so that's why I didn't use them. There we go. So I'm just going to, cut some edge off of this Stampin' Up! Dimensional just to, kind of pop up this sentiment. So, yeah, I live in Canada. I've mentioned this before, just in case you're new to this channel. I do live in Canada. So when Jaded Blossom sends out all their products, they take the long way here sometimes. Canada Post is a real pain sometimes. That's all I have to say. So I do have to work around these things. Sometimes dies don't get to me in time, and that's the way it is. So this is why I am using what I'm using on this video today. Still using the adorable image though, which is so cute, I think. Now I'm just going to pop up this little cupcake, this spooky little cupcake on the front of my, pedestal card. Is it a pedestal card or an easel card? I'm not even sure. Are they the same thing? I keep saying it both ways. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But anyways, like I said, easy peasy stuff. And I'm just peeling off the backing to all these little Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And then I will pop up this adorable cupcake. Isn't it cute? I just think it's adorable. There we go. Just the sweetest little thing. I will add some highlights with my Stampin' Up! With my Secure White Jelly Roll pen. Sorry, guys. So you will want to make sure you check out the Jaded Blossom blog, the Jaded Blossom store. Get inspired by the team. Maybe get your hands on the Gotta Have It Now. Super cute stuff. This is an adorable release. You don't want to miss out. And if you are gnome driven like the rest of us, you're going to want to get your hands on the new gnome dies. So darn cute. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, the Jaded Blossom store. Make sure to come back tomorrow because I will have another project and another video. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon in my next one. Bye, everyone.